Russia rejects the possibility of freezing the front line and insists on Ukrainians' capitulation. Explosions in Sevastopol, strike at Belbek airfield reported, and request for Tomahawk. What NATO PA resolution means for Ukraine. That is news next. Russia is demonstrating its readiness to escalate the war in Ukraine, declaring its unwillingness to freeze the front line or come to a compromise, reported by Institute for the Study of War. About details, Sergei Naryshkin, the head of Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, claimed that the Kremlin is supposedly open to negotiations but strongly rejects any freezing of the front line or the creation of demilitarized zones. He insisted that the only way to achieve peace is by removing the reasons that forced Russia to launch a full-scale invasion.
Demonstrating that Russia continues to uncompromisingly demand Ukraine's full capitulation, the Kremlin has repeatedly demanded that Ukraine relinquish areas of the 4 Ukrainian oblasts that the Kremlin has illegally annexed and that Russian forces do not currently occupy.
About details, according to analytical forecasts by the ISW, the Russian command may be planning a new offensive in the southeastern part of the Dnipropetrovsk region. While this region is not part of the illegally annexed territories, its capture could contribute to Russia's long-standing aim of fully occupying the Donetsk region. The ISW has also recently indicated that Russian military commanders are likely intending to advance into the far southeastern part of the Dnipropetrovsk region to pursue their objective of taking complete control of the Donetsk region. Since the morning of November 27th, explosions have been heard in Crimea. Russian occupiers claim air defense and drone attacks, while locals report the strike on the Belbek airfield. According to the local telegram channels Crimean Wind, the Atesh guerrilla movement, and the so-called head of the city's occupation administration, Mikhail Razvazhayev. An explosion in Sevastopol looks like the work of the Russian air defense, Crimean Wind writes. In particular, according to the monitoring telegram channel, Russian air defense is operating from the Belbek airfield and the Inkerman area. An alert has been issued in Crimea, the so-called head of the occupation administration, Razvazhayev, said.
In Sevastopol, the military is repelling an attack by the Ukrainian armed forces. Air defense is operating. According to preliminary information, 2 air targets have already been shot down over the water area near the northern side.
In addition, according to local telegram channels, the Ukrainian Defense Forces are allegedly conducting a combined strike using a group of drones, Neptune missiles and S-200 missiles. According to the pro-Russian networks, Russian air defense is allegedly operating drones in Yevpatoria and Saki. Explosions continue in Sevastopol, reports of strike at Belbek airfield. Later, it became known that new explosions occurred in Sevastopol. There are many air defense missile launches and explosions in Sevastopol. There are reports of a strike at the Belbek airfield, Crimean Wind writes, adding that a powerful explosion was recorded in the city. For this part, Razvazhayev said that a combined attack by the Ukrainian Defense Forces is allegedly being repelled in Sevastopol. According to preliminary information, 2 drones were shot down over the water area near Kacha. There are also reports of shrapnel falling in the area of Orlivka near the Kacha highway, he added. Russia has targeted Ukraine with 89 Shahed UAVs and drones of an unidentified type on the night of the 26th to 27th of November. Ukrainian Defense Forces have successfully downed 36 drones, while 48 disappeared from radar due to electronic warfare interference, and 5 flew towards Russia, Belarus, and the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine, reported by Ukrainian Air Force.
Russia launched 89 Shahed UAVs and drones of an unidentified type from the Russian cities of Oryl, Bryansk, Kursk, and Primorsko-Akhtarsk, starting at 19:30 on 26 November. As of 9 a.m., Ukrainian air defense had downed 36 Russian drones within Kyiv, Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv, Poltava, Zhytomyr, Khmelnytsky, and Mykolaiv oblasts.
A total of 48 drones disappeared from radar due to likely interference from Ukrainian electronic warfare systems, while 5 drones exited Ukrainian-controlled airspace toward Belarus, Russia, and the temporarily occupied territories. Russian drone wreckage caused damage to houses and high-rise buildings, as well as civilian property in Kiev region. Early reports indicate that there have been no casualties. Aircraft, anti-aircraft missile units, electronic warfare systems, and mobile fire groups from the Ukrainian Air Force and the rest of the defense forces were deployed in repelling the aerial attack on the 27th of November. The NATO Parliamentary Assembly has passed a resolution calling for the provision of Tomahawk cruise missiles to Ukraine. While quick decisions are unlikely, discussions may intensify, states Serhiy Gerch, chairman of the Ukraine NATO Public League, in a comment to the RBC Ukraine YouTube channel. According to him, the NATO Parliamentary Assembly is more of a platform for lawmakers from member states and partners. Their opinions can be significant, as they will likely try to persuade their colleagues in their respective parliaments to support the position that Ukraine needs to be strengthened with medium-range missiles. Therefore, the resolution is a non-binding recommendation. However, it is still positive as it reaffirms the necessity of targeting military objectives within Russian territory. Regarding the American Tomahawk missiles in the Victory Plan, it is unlikely that specific and swift decisions will be made, Gerch noted.
As far as I know, the resolution mentioned the need to provide Ukraine with ballistic and medium-range missiles with ranges between 1,000 to 2,500 kilometers. I believe it generally referred to medium-range missiles. Tomahawks are typically sea-based, although the U.S. may have a land-based equivalent.
Resolution calling for Tomahawk missiles for Ukraine. According to Ukrainian MP and head of the Ukrainian delegation to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, Igor Chernev, the adopted resolution calls for ballistic missiles with ranges of 1,000 to 5,500 kilometers, including systems like Tomahawk, capable of striking at strategic depth. He also hopes that the resolution will provide a legal basis for further decisions regarding the provision of such weapons. Chernev reminded that during the previous session, the Ukrainian delegation raised the issue of Western weapons being used for strikes on Russian territory. Recently, the US, the UK, and France have given the green light to such actions. We hope for a positive decision this time as well, he added. In late October, President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed that the request for Tomahawk missiles is included in the classified annexes to the Victory Plan. These are multi-purpose cruise missiles designed for both strategic and tactical missions. They are primarily launched from submarine and surface platforms, though the Tomahawk family includes missiles capable of being launched from land and air platforms. The missiles fly at extremely low altitudes and have been used in all major military operations involving the US since their introduction in 1983. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.